Hello and welcome to LSJ News. I'm Ellie Weaver with your latest news at 2:15. An inquest has heard today that an elderly couple who were hit by a train in Cherry Willingham in Lincoln last year committed suicide. The couple, Peter and Betty Smith, both died on July 9, 2014 at the Croft Lane crossing. In a statement from the daughter, Lincoln's Coroner's Court were told that Mr. Smith had said to his daughter that they would never meet again. The couple were later found at the crossing. It has emerged that a former Lincolnshire judge would have been sacked for watching pornography on his computer at work. The judge left his post before any action was taken. Will Longman is here with the details. Will, what's actually happened?
Well, today the Judicial Court Investigation Office have concluded their report that found that 4 judges nationally have been using official equipment to watch pornographic material. Now here in Lincoln, a recorder, Andrew Moore at Lincoln County Court, he was found to have been doing it, although he quit before these findings came out. Now, the Lord Chancellor, Chris Grayling, and Lord Thomas, the Lord Chief Justice, said there's no suggestion at all that the judges have done anything illegal. It's just a question of conduct. They find this quite unprofessional, and disciplinary action will be taken against those 3 that still work in the courts. Back to you, Ellie.
Thanks, Will. Anonymous letters have been delivered to residents in Lincoln's West End in support of an Article 4 direction. The controversial planning legislation to limit the amount of shared houses is subject to a final public consultation ending this Friday. Gregor Smith has been out in the West End of the city to find out more.
Article 4 is a much talked about piece of planning legislation that would see restrictions imposed on those wanting to convert standard homes into shared housing like those used by students and young professionals. The City of Lincoln Council chose to start pushing through the legislation for Lincoln in December 2014, with a final public consultation going on this week.
The most exciting thing to ever happen in planning got even more suspenseful yesterday as letters like these were delivered around Lincoln's West End, including here on Foss Bank. They're warning residents that their house prices will decrease if Article 4 is implemented, using examples like Manchester, Leicester and Portsmouth. Yet the local residents association has disputed some of the statistics contained within the letter, and there's also doubts as to whether it's breaking political campaigning laws by remaining anonymous. We asked Councillor Neil Murray about when he confronted some of the people delivering the letter.
This came through my door last night, so I asked the people who delivered it who paid them to deliver it, but they wouldn't tell me who. I would suggest that this is probably invalid because it seems to me that some dodgy organisation is using public money, perhaps, I don't know if it's public, whoever's money it is, to send out something that's absolutely scaremongering and scurrilous.
The public consultation comes to an end this Friday. Gregor Smith, LSJ News, Carhome.
Market traders in Lincoln say they're being kept in the dark about their future. The Lincolnshire Cooperative plans to pump millions of pounds into the Cornhill market by bringing bigger names to the area. However, the traders are unsure of their future in Lincoln's historical market area, which dates back to 1879.
But the average person that lives here can't afford to live here anymore because you can't afford to work. I'm fast approaching the 50 and I'm not going to find anything like this again because there isn't anything. I'm going to end up signing on.
It's time for the sport with Alex Daniel. Are Lincoln City ready for tonight's match?
Yes, Ellie. Lincoln City head to Alfreton Town this evening hoping for a better display after their 2-0 defeat to Welling at the weekend. Manager Chris Moises has said that he intends to turn to players that he can trust to perform well in tonight's clash. Elsewhere, Sunderland have announced Dick Advocat as their new manager. The former Netherlands coach replaces Gus Poyet, who was sacked following a 4-0 thrashing at the hands of Aston Villa. In rugby union, Wales have announced 2 changes for their final Six Nations match against Italy. Injured duo Samson Lee and Gethin Jenkins will make way for Aaron Jarvis and Rob Evans. That's all for your sport. Back to you, Ellie.
Now it's over to George Birch with the weather. Is it going to get any colder this afternoon?
Thanks, Ellie. Well, at the moment it's around about 7 degrees with some quite light cloud coverage, but going into the evening that cloud coverage will pick up, but we'll still get highs of around 7 or 8 degrees. Going into the night, the cloud coverage will clear and we'll get highs of around 5 or 4 degrees. That's all for your weather. Back to you in the studio.
And finally, if your GP referred you to a drama group for depression, you might be a bit taken back. But this is something the Lincolnshire NHS Trust is offering. Lincolnshire NHS is the only trust in the UK to specifically hire a drama worker to help those who suffer from anxiety and similar disorders. The idea of using drama as therapy dates back to the Spartans, who would use dance to help reintegrate soldiers into the society. The hope is that the service will help build confidence in those who attend.
Part of the group just because I find it really therapeutic. It's a safe space to go to, and it's like a family. Everybody there supports one another and everyone else just gets one another. Even if you haven't experienced the same stuff, everybody's really supportive, and I find that very useful.
That's all for now. Join us again at 3:45. For more news, follow us on Twitter at LSJ Tweets or visit lsjnews.co.uk. Goodbye.